Peace, 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 Moors. I'm going to share something with you guys real fast. I want to start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, my 2 cents, health and wealth. Let me see what time it is. I'm going to share something with you guys real quick before I shut my store down. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I got 10 minutes to share something with you guys, man. And I want you to research everything that I tell you. Everything that I show you, I want you to be philosophers and study. We got to remember, Moors, nationality is international law. Brothers and sisters, you got to, if we're going to be quoting law of the rights of indigenous people and then tell them to turn around and say certain things that we do lawfully is not valid, that's an oxymoron, Moors, and that doesn't even make sense. You tell a person to do things lawfully and then you don't explain the law. That's an oxymoron. So we're going to talk about 3 international laws. I want you to research this when I tell brothers and sisters. International law and nationality is not illegal. What's illegal is you doing things illegally. Brothers and sisters, our prophet, American prophet Noble Drew Ali said, if you don't do nothing, proclaim nationality. That's your right. And there's 2 ways to do it. If you want to be counted with the Moorish Science Temple of America, that's your birthright. You do it right in Chicago. Brothers be asking me, how do you get nationalized? I say, right through the temple in Chicago, the consulate. Brother, like, well, how do I send it in? Go to Chicago. That's what I did. I didn't listen to anyone telling me do this. Because the brothers will lead you astray. That's serious in what you're saying you want to do. Take pride in it and go investigate it. Don't let a person tell you that. Go to Chicago. Go to the Moorish Science Temple of Chicago. Go to the consulate. Keep asking questions, man. Just don't listen to a person because a person will lead you astray. And I show you this your right to nationalize through the Moorish Science Temple of America. Also, Moors, if we understand the history and international law, in 2010, Obama said you have a right of a nationality. But what was so prophetic is that we have a right to change our nationality, Moors. That has nothing to do with the hue of your skin tone. Everyone has a nationality, Moors. And if you don't claim your own nationality, someone will. That's why I say Moors. The Moorish Science Temple, Noble Drew Ali, did something special for Moors to be registered through the Moorish Science Temple. But also, Moors, lawfully, you can claim your nationality as well, no matter what your pigmentation is. And I'm going to show you this. You can do things. This is one way you can claim your nationality, what color your skin is. Now, a European or Albion, per se, they won't nationalize through the Moorish Science Temple of America because that's from descendants of Morocco born here in America. That's for a certain class of people. But everyone has a right to claim their nationality, Moors, legally. You can go and you can see how to do things the right way, legally. When I say will be arbitrarily deprived for his or her nationality, nor denied the right to change his or her nationality. Arbitrarily, Moors, is explaining something your own way. And we don't do that. If we're going to do it, we're going to explain it. This is the government website. Basic information needed to comprehend this. By proceeding with the naturalization process, you hereby acknowledge that you read and understand the PowerPoint presentation and all that. So it's certain things that you can do. And I highlighted something else. That the proof of life and the proof of claim of child certificate replaces the birth certificate. So if a person going to tell you something, this stuff been around here before me and you. When people be trying to get you with new stuff. Ain't nothing new. This is through the international law. But remember, it's something for indigenous people. And that's through the Moorish Science Temple of America if you want to be counted in the county of Cook, as a Moorish American, which is on paper. But anybody can claim their nationality. The naturalization hotline for assistance, the number is 408-638-0968. And you can ask all the questions you want. Call the number. This is just for research to study. I want brothers to be smart and don't let nobody tell you nothing. When I say international law, you must have a nationality. When we talk about the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, the first resolution adopted by the General Assembly, without reference. Moors, without, excuse me, I'm sorry, Morris, it kind of cut off on me. But without reference to the main committee, A-61-L-67 and 16295, affirming further that all doctrines, policies, and practices based on or advocating superiority or peoples or individuals on the basis of national origin or racial, religious, and cultural differences are racist, scientifically false, legally invalid, morally condemnable, and socially unjust, reaffirming that indigenous people in the exercise of their rights should be free from discrimination of any kind, concerned that indigenous people have suffered from historic injustice as a result of inter alia, their colonization and dispossession of their lands, territories, and resources, thus preventing them from exercising in a particular their right to development in accordance with their own needs and interests, recognizing the urgent need to respect and promote the inherent rights of indigenous people, which derive from their political, economic, and social structures and from their cultural, spiritual traditions, histories, philosophies, especially their rights to their lands, territories, and resources, recognizing also the urgent need to respect and promote the rights of indigenous people, affirmed in treaties, agreements, and other constructive arrangements with states, welcoming the fact that the indigenous peoples are organizing themselves for political, economic, and social and culture enhancement, and in order to bring to an end all forms of demonstration and oppression wherever they occur, convinced that bringing to an end all forms of discrimination and oppression wherever they occur, convinced that control by indigenous people over developments affecting them and their lands, territories, and resources will enable them to maintain and strengthen their institutions and cultures and traditions. ETC, man. United Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. Declaration of the Right of the Child. Declaration of the Right of the Child. The file contains the text of the Declaration of the Right of the Child. The special rights of the child were first established in Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, which provided in Article 25, Section 2, motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. This document expanded and amplifies the theme. Non-therapeutic circumcision of male children violates principles 1, 2, 8, 9, and 10 of this document. This document is a non-binding resolution of the United States, of the United Nations General Assembly. It should not be confused with the International Convention on the Rights of the Child, which was adopted by the UN General Assembly on the 13th anniversary of this document, the 20th of November, 1989. That document is binding treaty to which 176 nations have become states parties, Moors. I can give you the preamble, the General Assembly, the Declaration of the Rights of the Child to end that he may have a happy childhood and enjoy for his own good and for the good of society the rights and freedoms herein set forth, and calls upon parents, upon men and women as individuals, and upon voluntary organizations, local authorities, and national governments to recognize these rights and strive for their observance by legislative and other measures progressively taken in accordance with the following principles. And I'm not going to read all the principles. And then you have the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the UDHR, is a milestone document in history of human rights, drafted by representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. The declaration was proclaimed by the United States National General Assembly in Paris on December 10, 1946. As a common standard of achievements for all people in all nations, it sets out for the first time fundamental human rights to be universally protected, and it has been translated in over 500 languages, Moors. You got to read these. You got to know the articles. Article 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Article 2, everyone is entitled to all rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political, or opinion. Article 3, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. 4, no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Article 5, no one shall be subject to torture or cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment. Article 6, everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article 7, All are equal before the law and are entitled without discrimination to equal protection of the law. I ain't gonna read all of them, man. You got, man, it's 30 articles. Read them. Read them. But when brothers be talking about nationality, it's international law. And the only reason why brothers are getting caught up because they're doing things illegally. It's two ways. Noble Drew Ali told you, our American prophet. Hey, I'm closed, bro. But I'm sorry. Our American prophet told us, if you don't do anything, claim your nationality. You can claim it indigenous people, us, who we are. We are Moors in America from Moroccan descent right here in America. You have the right of a nationality through the Moorish Science Temple of America. Everybody be asking how. They be talking about what pick up Black Law's dictionary and what proclaim a nationality mean. Yeah, that's good to read that, but what's the process? How to claim your nationality legally. And if you want to be part of the Moorish Science Temple, how to claim it through the Moorish Science Temple, which is your birthright. I went right to Chicago and did it because Moors will tell you this and that and try to get you caught up in sending things in to other, but that's not Moorish Science Temple of America. You can't look that up in the county of Cook, the record of deeds, which you can look up. And my last thing I tell Moors, nationality, everyone has a nationality, and everyone has a right to claim a nationality, and everyone has a right for a nationality, and everybody has a right to change their nationality. I showed you this. One, you can do it through the Moorish Science Temple and through the government. I know Europeans claim their nationality. I have a European friend from Bosnia, and on his he claimed his nationality through the government, and he has nationality cards, and it says Bosnia American. And certain things replace the birth certificate. I'm going to show you one more thing. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality, nor denied the right to change his nationality. This is international law. I'm going to read one more, because I'm not going to read all the steps to you. I gave you the number. You can research it for yourself. If you don't want it, I'll give you the information. The proof of life and proof of claim of children certificate replaces the birth certificate. Replaces the birth certificate. You ain't got to listen to me. Replaces the birth certificate. And so when people just telling you things, misnomers, and not giving you history and facts and scholarship, when I say, man, they lying to you, because everyone has a right of a nationality, and everyone has a right to change it. But the Moorish Science Temple is set up for indigenous people. The Moors here in America, Moroccan descent. And also, if you want to do it the other way and change everything, your license and everything, then you can do it this way. And you can go right down to your local state buildings and change everything legally. I'm telling you, man, we got to operate in our higher self. When I tell Moors about certain records, the Akashic records, I have them, man. This is how you operate to your higher self. This is how you connect to what you're supposed to be doing in life, man. It's bigger than what people telling you, man. If they're not going to explain everything, I break black laws down. I have real degrees in the world and in masonry and with the more science and adapt wisdom. And I'm telling you, it's certain things that's already been done. You have a right to a nationality and you have a right to change it. But if you are more descendants of Morocco right here in America, you do it through the Moorish Science Temple of America. Through the consulate right in Chicago. I give you all the numbers on the back of our ID cards. It's numbers, everything on there. We don't have to be asking, what should I do? Go to Chicago. If you want to claim your nationality that bad, go to Chicago. I'll give you the address. You go right to Chicago. And you say, I want to claim my nationality. The same way I did, because the Negro, black, and color, and even the Moor, they'll try to stop you. But I'm telling you, factual. They'll quote legal. They'll read black laws and then tell you not to deal with law. That don't even make sense. That's an oxymoron. These Negro, black, and color, and even more is reading black laws and then tell you not to deal with international law. That don't even make sense. And black laws don't even mean nothing. I'm telling you, it's other things that's precedented. You can claim your nationality if you're indigenous Moor through the Moorish Science Temple of America, and also you can claim your nationality legally and have nothing to do with your color. You can call 408-638-0968, or you can look up the Department of State for the government of the United States of America, and you can look up claim your nationality. But as a Moor, once you claim your nationality through the Moorish Science Temple of America, everything is done. You get your amnesty oath and everything, and then you have it notarized. I'm telling you, Moors, I love you all. Don't let nobody put you back in slavery. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, my 2 cents more, health, and wealth. Stay illuminated, Moors.